Hi guys, welcome to a bit of a different video. I am working on this. Got a bit of an issue with it. It won't start. So this is my Ford Transit Connect, my works vehicle and everyday driver that takes me to work and back. Got an issue. It just seems to click when I turn the ignition over. I suspect it's the starter motor that's seized on. The reason that I'm not suspecting that the battery is knackered is because it's quite a new one, and I've also tried jump starting it from our Golf and it didn't work. So this is what it's like when I'm trying to start it. So the ignition's on, put my foot on the clutch just to assist, and so you can see it's just clicking. I think there's plenty of battery power, so that's not an issue. I think, like I say, it's just the starter motor that's seized. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the starter motor off. I'm going to try and free it up and then put it back on just to get it so I can move it, because I need to get to work tomorrow and I'm going to have to take a Land Rover. This isn't a video that's involving a Land Rover or outdoors or anything like that, but it might come in handy for any other cars, and it's the same sort of thing. If this did happen on the Land Rover, it'd be the same sort of process. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just jacking it up just to give me a bit more space to get under, and I'm using that to support it so it doesn't fall and kill me. The starter motor's on the front of the engine, which is quite handy, easy to get to. Right, so there's 3 bolts holding the starter motor on. There's also the electrical connectors. I'm going to disconnect the battery first. Now it's time to take the starter motor off. I'm going to give everything a good squirt of WD-40 before I do it. There we go. Let's take it into the garage and open it up, see what's causing all the problems. Okay, so we've got the starter motor. Looks pretty well used. I'm just going to open it up and see if I can clean it out a little bit, free it up a little bit, and then hopefully we can just pop it back on. Yeah, fingers crossed it works. So you can see here we've got 2 what looks like 8 or 10 mil bolts, and they go the full length of the starter motor, and that should hopefully disconnect this part from this. and then we can get in, clean it all out, hopefully clean the contacts and pop it all back together. Okay, so it's all separated. I would also just like to add that I have never ever stripped a starter motor down before in my life. So this is all new to me, seeing how it works. It's quite interesting. Pretty simple though. So I'm just going to try and take it apart bit by bit, taking note of where everything goes and how it all goes back together. Yeah, quite interesting. Bit of WD-40. There we go. See, that's moving now. That comes up. Right. I think what we'll do is we'll put that back together. Slide the cap back on. So what I've just done is I've just squirted it with WD-40 and it seems to have freed it up a little bit. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to go too far into it. I am just going to give it another squirt of WD-40, pop everything back together. Might put a little bit of fresh grease on these cogs, and then fingers crossed it works. I only need it to move the van out of the way, because the van is actually trapping the Land Rover in, so I can't use the Land Rover. And then once the van is back in the drive and safe, I will take it off again and I'll strip it right down and go through it, because I think this can be repaired. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's just got a bit platted up with dust and stuff over the years and stopped working. Right, let's have a look at this. So there's a couple of nuts here. I'm going to try and take this out and just give it a bit of a clean the electrical contents. It's definitely not that one. Tiny little nuts then. That's perfect. Fingers crossed when I put it all back together, it works. There we go. Brushes are getting a little bit low. You might be able to see inside. Get me torch. Where's my torch at? Right. So you might be able to see inside. They are slightly worn. I don't think that was the issue though. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a good clean out and pop it all back together, pop it all back in, and fingers crossed it all works. there we go, all back together. Let's go and put it on the car and see if it works. Fingers crossed. So now is the moment of truth. Let's see if it starts. Fingers crossed. Have to reset the radio as well because I've took the battery off. Listen to that. She's a running. So that's all it needed doing. Just needed the starter motor greasing up, cleaning up, and putting it back together. What I'm going to do though, I am going to take the starter motor back off, and I'm going to I think I'm going to replace the carbon brushes inside. So I might make another video on that. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see some more non-Land Rover but fixing things related videos. And thanks for watching. See you next time.